beautiful people? Welcome back to Earth is Ghetto, the podcast where we try to make sense of this wild little planet while keeping our sense of humor intact. I'm your host, Love, and if you made it here today, congratulations. You survived another day on Earth, which, let's be honest, deserves a round of applause sometimes. It's Wednesday, March 11th, and today's lineup is stacked. We're starting the show with a little inspiration, because sometimes you need a reminder that even when Earth is acting real ghetto, there's still purpose, growth, and a little magic in the chaos. After that, we'll slide into some news, talking about what's going on out here in the world, because the streets of planet Earth stay busy. And then, we're gonna lighten things up with some comedy, because if you don't laugh on this planet, you might cry. And we're choosing laughter today. So whether you're driving to work, hiding from your responsibilities, cleaning the house, or just trying to get your mind right, I'm glad you're here rocking with me. Take a deep breath, shake off whatever yesterday tried to put on you, and let's get into it.
What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday, a stormy Wednesday it is. We got tornadoes touching down. It started off at like 87 degrees today where I am, and then it got all tornado-y. But we're here. We're still alive and still loving life. Nothing exciting happened when I went to the gym today, and it's Wednesday, it's trash day, my favorite day. My husband got me some flowers. That was really sweet. But other than that, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and open up our inspiration. Let me get that queued up. I did take a snapshot of the flowers. Aren't they so cute? All right, let's get the inspiration popping.
I can already feel it. You look like you brought your praise with you today. I'm not even going to play with it. I'm not going to finish today. Hebrews 11 and 8. NLT version, it was by faith that Abraham obeyed when God called him to leave home and go to another land that God would give him as an inheritance. It was by faith that Abraham obeyed when God called him to leave home. Okay, Dre, I don't really know how to explain my topic, Dre, so if you don't mind, could you help me explain what my topic today? It was by faith he had to leave. How could I get people to... That's right, you want to leave, right? I'm a man, Gina. I'm a be all right. This is challenging. I want you out. I don't even know why you're still here. Step. Step. Get the step in, Gina. All y'all, get out. Step. I'm tired of y'all treat me bad. Get the step in. Step. You two, get out. I don't know you. Step. Let's go, brother. Step. Get out of here. Step. Now get the step in. I want you out. I don't even know why you're still here. Step. Stop! Touch two people and tell them you got too much to be stagnant. Too much. Tell them the first Sunday of the year I got a word for you. Touch them and tell them get the stepping. Get this. You may be seated. Get the stepping. God got too much for you to be stagnant. Get the stepping. Today, I want to start a new series entitled Step. In this series, we will explore, put this in your notes, how different seasons require different steps. How different seasons require different steps. Simply put, this is good. You cannot walk into anything new if you are afraid to walk out of something old. I'm finna have church by myself already. You cannot walk into anything new if you are afraid to walk out of something old. It is my goal to empower you to embrace the importance, can you put this in your phone and your notes, of entrances and exits. Michael, exits and entrances. Why, Pastor Mike? I want to use Abraham's life as a map for moving on to where God is and not holding on to where God was. Did you hear what I just said? Too many people are stuck where God was and afraid to move to where God is. And one of the greatest barriers to fulfilling your purpose in life could be holding on, put this in your notes, to the wrong people, wrong places, and wrong preferences. I'm in the wrong church already. One of the greatest barriers to fulfilling your purpose in life could be holding on to the wrong people, wrong places, and wrong preferences. Okay, I want to do this, Rock City, because I can always talk about wrong people. Here's what 2024 taught me. People ain't my problem. Because when I get fed up, I'll cut you off. Places ain't my problem, because there's certain places I don't even want to go no more. What's killing most of us is preferences. Preferences. So what am I talking about? Put this in your notes. I want to talk about the danger of preferences. At first glance, preference seems harmless. It's just a personal choice or an inclination. So if you had to define preference defined is a personal choice, an inclination. But when preferences go unchecked, preferences can become a prison that locks us out of what God has for us. Why is that important, PMJ? Here's a good note for you. Because preference can lead to partial obedience. Michael, preference can lead us to partial obedience. This is good. And partial obedience is still disobedience. If I tell my son to clean up his room and all he do is make up his bed, he didn't do everything I told him to do. Which means some of y'all think that the delay in your life is the devil, when typically the devil does mess with you. But the delay in your life ain't the devil. The delay you're experiencing is God saying, I can't do my part till you do all of your part. Y'all don't like me today. Somebody say preference. Because preference, put this in your notes, can cause us to prioritize what we want over what God's will is.
Don't miss what I'm about to give you. I'm going to give you what I call the cycle of success.
There's been so many
I chose violence on the first Sunday of the year. Preference can cause us to prioritize what we want over what God's will for us is. See, it's easy to follow God when his will aligns with your preference. I'm gonna say that again. It's easy to follow God when his will aligns with your preference. Just like when God told me, Mike, it's time for you to start singing more. Of course I was ready to do that because I like to sing. So it's easy to be obedient when God calls you to do something you like to do. Only 3 people gonna give God glory right here. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to those of you who lately God been calling you to do stuff that you don't want to do. Got you being nice to people that you had already planned on cussing out. Got you treating people a certain way that you already said you was going to distance yourself from. Because God is not concerned with your preference. I'm going to say this. It is only in the Salvation Army do you think your preference matter. If you enroll in the Army, you don't get to pick where you go. You may want to go to Hawaii. You may end up in Alaska. But when it comes to God, you actually think you can tell the general. Y'all don't like me today. What to do? Noah had a preference. If it would have been up to Noah, Noah would have stayed at home preaching to the people he liked. God comes to Noah and says, I want you to go to Nineveh. The problem is the people in Nineveh don't like Noah. If Noah show up in Nineveh, he would probably be killed on sight. He looks at God and says, why do you want me to abandon my preference for your purpose? So what does Noah do? He runs from God. And him running from God almost cost him his purpose. Quick question today, what you running from? Sorry, not Noah, Jonah. Jonah ran from God. And what I'm trying to get you to realize right now is preference, put this in your notes, can cost you your purpose. Preference can cost you your purpose. I want to give you a couple things preference can do. Preference can create idols. Pastor Mike, we're going to thrive in 2025. I believe that, but I got to get your preference out the way first. Because what if God wants you to win, just not at the way you think you're going to win? Preference can blind us to God's provision. Preference can hinder God's growth. So, Pastor Mike, if preference is so dangerous, what's the remedy to the danger of preference? Here it is. The antidote to preference is submission. Yeah. It is when, okay, I got to make this plain. Jesus is getting ready to be crucified. He's all God, yet he's all man. That's what my scholars at Yale Divinity call a hypostatic union. He empties himself of his deity, wraps it in flesh humanity, and calls himself Jesus. So he's not half God, half man. He's all God, all man, which means he's God enough to heal it, but then he's also man enough to fill it. Did you catch that? He's God enough to heal it, but then he's man enough to fill it. So the God side knows I'm only here for a short time because I'm on a mission. But the man side, like the mission ain't finna be comfortable. So then he looks into a cup, y'all sleep, and he says, if it be thy will, this ain't my preference. Y'all miss what I just said. If I had it my way, I wouldn't have to go through all that just to become this. But then Jesus shows us the antidote to preference. He says, nevertheless, Michael, thy will be done. Hear me when I say this. So what does that mean? Submission lays down personal desires and picks up God's direction. So what am I trying to get you to realize the first Sunday of the year all over this building? I'm trying to get you to realize you may be one submission away from walking into what you've been believing God for. Yep, one submission away. That's important. Why? Because Proverbs 19 and 21 reminds us, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. It is the Lord's purpose that prevails. So, Pastor Mike, if we're talking about exits and entrances, why is letting go so hard? Let's talk about that. Letting go is not easy. Why, PMJ? I've discovered that some of our greatest regrets that we face in life are letting go of an opportunity, letting go of a career, or ending a relationship. The reason it is so hard, please put this in your notes, is because of wasted time.
They are able to ensure that not one family that walks through these doors walks out with a bill like
Michael. No, so what you do is God shows you what he has for you. You are looking at what you currently have, and instead of you counting what's coming as greater, you look at what you're about to walk out of as a loss. Michael, just because we have history with it doesn't mean it's healthy for you. I'm gonna talk to this side. They sleep over there. See, some of y'all think because you've had it long, it's strong. You might have had it long and it's just been toxic for a long time. And God says in 2025, your ability to walk away from some stuff gonna determine what I allow you to walk into. Y'all don't like me today? Because 6 of y'all listening to me today like I'm wasting too much time. I want to start a new career, but I done put 12 years into this one. I know this relationship driving me crazy, but we've been together 9, 10 years now. I ain't got time to learn nobody else. I ain't got time to deal with nobody else. I ain't got time to try to figure out who's going to be next. When God is saying, I'm going to shout by myself, I redeem time. I should have stayed in overflow. Y'all ain't lit enough for me today. He says, I redeem time, okay? 10 of us gonna shout about redeem time. The rest of y'all wanna shout, but you don't know what it means to redeem time. Put it on the screen. God, as a redeemer of time, means, don't shout, Mike, that he has the power. Get yourself together. To restore is the first Sunday of the year. You need to be better. Repurpose and accelerate. I don't know who I'm preaching to in here. I'm going to read it again. It means God has the ability to restore, repurpose. I'm not shouting over the restoration because it's already mine. I'm not shouting over the repurpose because I've seen them do it. What messed me up is God can accelerate. So what does that mean when he redeems time? God says, I know you wasted 10 years doing this. And you try to plan to be here by 4 years. So what God says, I'm going to do more in these 4 years than you ever did in these 10 years. All right, let's just set a whole church up. I'm crazy enough to believe God can do more in January 2025 than he did from January to December 2024. Because God redeems.
Praise God for the Redeemer. No, that is so true. I was actually feeling that. In my age that I am now, I'm probably like the most healthiest, the most happiest. And I lost a lot of years, like in a lot of pointless relationships and things that I wasn't supposed to be in. And God has definitely redeemed me. And I feel better than ever. I feel stronger than ever, mentally, physically, and I know that God has restored and renewed my faith and renewed my time and redeemed my time. Praise God for redemption. Yeah, good word, good word. Let's see what's happening in this news, y'all. See what we got going on. I hate to go to TMZ first, but it just is what it is. The girl that pew-pewed Rihanna's house allegedly has been charged with attempted unalivement. The house pew-pewer appeared in court today. It's really like a lot of reality news today. Nothing. Disneyland had a hazmat incident, sent 5 staffers to the hospital. Jets Matt Snell, Super Bowl legend, passed away at 84. They say Pete Hegseth blew billions on fruit baskets and lobster. Cher and her man might be getting married. Cher is living her best life, honey. Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch, investigators are probing whether he had bodies buried there. KC Chiefs parade pew-pewer, his unalivement charge was dropped and he'll be being released soon. Interesting turn of events. Candace Cameron says her and her husband accidentally went to a demonic Smex party. Not the Candace Cameron, the religious Candace Cameron. A U.S.-made missile was reportedly found near a school strike, which Trump initially blamed on Iran. Harvey Weinstein said he got punched in jail. Gene Simmons tells celebrities to shut up about politics. Bill and Hillary were on a date night in New York after their deposition. Zendaya is at Paris Fashion Week after her marriage rumors. The U.S. says it destroyed 16 mine lane vessels near Strait of Hormuz, or however you say that. Human waste is backing up in basements as U.S. infrastructure continues to have problems. Dry needling is common around the NFL, and players aren't worried despite J.J. Watt's collapsed lung. I guess TJ Watt got a dry needling thing, and I guess he said it caused a collapsed lung. Pope announces resignation of U.S. bishop accused of embezzling $270,000 from a California parish. Geno Smith is returning to the Jets. Lots of tornadoes going on around the world, in America anyway. Trump's son positioned himself to profit from his war with billion-dollar drone deal. You know they gonna make some money off of this. Live Nation reaches a $280 million antitrust settlement with the DOJ and agrees to share Ticketmaster technology with rivals. Kanye's concert announces sparks ticket frenzy as millions of fans wait in queue. People still love Kanye, I guess. FBI obtains data from Arizona GOP audit that confirmed Trump lost the 2020 election. Former Miami Dolphins star Tua eyes comeback season with Atlanta Falcons. I'm not shocked he got released from Miami, but the fact that he's going to the Falcons, let's just hope his concussions are solved. Alabama governor commutes the sentence of Charles Sonny Burton, who left AutoZone before a 91 unalivement. Clarissa Shields fires back at Shannon Sharp after he says she can't be a male boxer. My thing is, why is Shannon Sharp saying that? I feel like Clarissa should be able to box him. Why would he want her to fight a man? Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 search ends without answers on 12th anniversary of disappearance. Yeah, they still ain't found that plane. It just disappeared. Dr. Dre officially joins Forbes billionaire list more than a decade after his $3 billion Apple deal. He's still making that money. I bet you he won't ever get married again. Turning Point USA leader Ian Valdez steps down after racist WhatsApp messages surface. I'm surprised Turning Point is holding the line. Search for toddler Genesis Reed turns dark after mother allegedly caught on camera dumping a body in a dumpster. That's sad. Ex-NFL player Darren Lee accused of asking ChatGPT how to handle unresponsive fiance before unalivement charge. Now, why he think ChatGPT wasn't going to snitch on him? They can pull all that. Trump names Erica Kirk to Air Force Academy Board, taking over late husband Charlie Kirk's role. The way Trump has all these made-up roles in his presidency is cracking me up. Monique calls out Whoopi Goldberg in an open letter revisiting their 2018 View debate over Precious fallout. One thing about Monique, she gonna bring up some old beef, ain't she? Prosecutors push for cameras in the Charlie Kirk trial and warn of secrecy fuels conspiracy. I guess that dude that did it allegedly says that he wants cameras there because he thinks something cray-cray might happen. Measles exposure scare up to 130 children potentially infected in Sacramento. Alright, see what Reddit got going on. I know I didn't see too much on here. One thing about Reddit, they have like these repeated questions constantly. People who found love again after heartbreak later in life, what is your story? You just get back out there. I don't really have anything fancy. I just know I found love and I'm blessed for it. Somebody said, not my story about my dad. He remarried after losing my mom after 55 years. He was 82. Listen, he found him a love late in life. Somebody said, I got one. My ex-boyfriend of nearly 5 years dumped me the day I got home from 24 hours of travel from Thailand. We lived together in his house. He picked me up from the airport, sat me down, told me it was over without warning. And asked me when I would be moving out. I thought I was hallucinating. It was very hard. I was crushed. Cut to 10 months later when I met my husband, and we've been very happy for 14 years. With hindsight comes insight, as my therapist friend puts it. Now I can see the cracks in that relationship, and I'm delighted that it ended. He was right to end it, although not in the way, of course, I would have wanted. But yeah, he helped you out in the long run. It happened to me when I was 38. It was my biggest nightmare, but now with 43, I finally found love again. Not my story, but my uncle lost his first wife quite early in his life. I'm pretty sure he was only in his 40s or early 50s. He was single for a long time and would have taken himself and this wee spaniel on all their adventures. Now in his 70s, he met a wonderful woman. I got divorced at 35 and found the most wonderful guy a few years later and had a kid with him at 38. Yeah, I met my husband when I was 36, 37. Never too late, kids. My husband shocked me with I'm done a month after our 20th wedding anniversary 10 years ago, and I had no idea. He just took off. I was a few years older than OG. I was devastated, completely and utterly broken. It took years to recover, but I spent that time getting to know and love myself. And that was the thing with me and my husband. Like, we definitely went through divorces earlier, and we kind of got to know ourselves again and transform ourselves. And then when we met each other, we both didn't really want to be married again, but it just worked out. But definitely get to know yourself again and love who you are outside of those relationships. What is something that is socially acceptable but you personally find extremely disrespectful? Definitely smoking, man. I hate smelling cigarettes. I just can't stand them. I'm like, it's 2026 and I still gotta smell cigarettes. Somebody said talking about plans with certain individuals in front of people who aren't invited. Posting your kid's entire life online. Bringing someone else to hang out without asking the initial party. The number of people who think ignoring human decency in pursuit of making money is legitimately a moral argument. Adults not listening to children or someone younger than them, even if they make good and mature points. Treating empathy and sensitivity like they are negative traits. My bad for not being a cold, stoic machine. Touching a pregnant woman's belly. Yeah, that's a no-no, guys. I don't know why people do it without permission. I don't know why you want to do it unless she asks you to. And sometimes when people be like, do you want to feel my belly? I actually don't. I guess because I've had one. I guess if you've never had one and you want to feel it, but I can honestly tell you, I don't want to feel a pregnant woman's belly. I don't want to feel it. I'm good. Letting your kids run around the store. Ladies, if you got to be a man for the day, what's the first thing you do? Definitely peeing standing up. Definitely gonna pee standing up. Somebody said jerk it. Rob a bank without a mask on. They'll be looking for a man, and tomorrow I'll be a woman again. Hey, that's pretty smart. Find some snow and write my name on it and pee. Donate to the sperm bank and inseminate the next day. Listen, yeah, you can make your own baby. Given that I'm currently in the second day of my period, I rejoice that I'm no longer on my period. I'd immediately start smashing stuff, just tearing stuff apart with my bare hands, picking them. You can do that as a woman. You don't got to be a man to do that. Go for a run shirtless. That would be fun. Walking around without a shirt on. Call off work probably. I've got a busy day of having a penis ahead of me. I would really like to lift some weights and see what it's like to be stronger. I would see how many push-ups I can do with my new chest muscles. No boobs in a way. Somebody said the helicopter. I wonder, I'm going to ask my husband, would it hurt to do the helicopter just swinging around? Somebody said masturbate for sure. What's the worst first date you've ever had? Definitely when this dude took it out at the movie theater and tried to put a coat over us. And I knew that it was off because it was July and he brought a coat inside the movie theater. It didn't get that cold. I don't know. I knew he was up to something. It was just weird that he brought a leather coat in a theater in July. I could see a little sweatshirt in case I got cold, but just him bringing that coat, literally, I just knew he was up to something sinister. So definitely that. I don't want to read a book. Let's see. High school. Came over to her house one weekend just to hang out, watch a movie, walk in, and her mom says, oh, finally, this must be Ian. My name is not Ian. We met online, agreed to meet in a local pub. When I arrived, she took me to the function room, and I got to meet her entire extended family at her granny's 80th birthday. He just talked about himself and talked down on my job, and then told me how many men he can beat down, and it was just clear he lied. Showed me pictures of her stillborn child from 2 years ago. Dang. spent the entire dinner explaining why all his exes were crazy. Some of these are too long. I don't want to read that much. I picked her up for our first date, got out of the car, opened the door for her like a gentleman and everything. I was taking her to a Mexican restaurant. The whole drive there, she kept giving me these weird looks, but I couldn't figure out why. When we pulled into the parking lot, she told me to not get out yet, and I had a hole in my pants. Sure enough, there was a hole right in the middle of my underwear and my pants, and my balls had been hanging out the entire time. She must have liked it though, because we've been married for 5 years. That's crazy, dude. She's into that weird stuff. If you could go back to being 25 to 30 again, would you do anything differently? I would save my money. My rent was so cheap. Like, and I had a nice place. Like, it was the cheapest. I had washer dryer hookups and everything. If I could have just saved my money more. I miss having rent. Cheap rent, man. I would relax because, oh God, I made myself so miserable. I would prioritize my health more. I would appreciate my body. I would have never gotten married. I would definitely not have gotten married. And somebody said never try coke, date better women, moisturize, stay single. I wouldn't stay single because I wouldn't have my son, but I definitely wouldn't have got married. What's the easiest, least stressful job you've ever had? Definitely working at a donut shop. We closed at 6 p.m. and I only worked like 4 hours a day just passing out donuts. I mean, we definitely had some annoying customers, but it was just a sweet job. It's an easy job. We didn't even have dishes to do, just wash trays and pass out donuts. Somebody said Blockbuster Video, golf course maintenance, dog sitting, night security, any job where you don't have to deal with customers. Bingo caller. That seemed like that'd be pretty easy. Demolition and construction job in reverse, just tear stuff up all day. That would be fun. Just dirty, but it'd be fun. I like destroying things and moving. Like, that's what my little part-time job I have. I kind of like that I can just move stuff around, clank stuff down. Gives me a little aggression I get out. What's something that seems small but actually ruins relationships? Definitely being a bad listener. Like, communication, the way, the style, it speaks volumes in your relationship. Small disrespect that keeps happening, poor communication, complacency, taking your partner for granted, small little lies. You shouldn't have to lie in your relationship for real. If you've been in it for a minute, man, don't lie. Especially when you get old. Like, I'm too old to lie to my husband. If I don't like something, I'm just gonna tell him. Like, I mean, I don't like tell him like if we're like in a mood, but like if we're in a good mood and then we just talking about life and stuff, I'm definitely gonna tell my husband like, oh, I didn't like such and such or whatever, because I've learned if I hold things in, it's not good. So definitely honest, like, be honest. What's a lie we all accept right now? That this economy is gonna bounce back. I definitely don't believe that there's some like golden thing that's gonna happen. Like, I mean, I pray that it does, but I just don't believe that what they're selling us right now. Somebody said that Iran is 2 weeks from making a nuclear bomb for the last 40 years. The United States government have traditionally been the good guys. There's much more behind today's birth rates than the economy. There are fundamental demographic and societal reasons that don't look like reversing anytime soon. Somebody said, in many ways, tumbling fertility rates are a success story reflecting not only better, easily available contraception, but also many women choosing to delay or have fewer children, as well as more opportunities for education and employment. That corporations have our best interests at heart. That COVID is over. That war will lead to peace. Well, I don't know who would actually believe that, but okay. Especially in the Middle East. Like, we've been saying peace in the Middle East how long? What's the best thing about being a woman? When you're around men that actually like look out for you, it's a plus of being a woman. Like, you don't want to carry something or do something. If you got a good man around you anywhere, they'll help you out. So, and I do sometimes like to like play the like damsel. Like, my husband, he definitely, like, if I do something on my own, my husband always comes back and does it better. And sometimes that's funny to me. Like, I vacuumed out my car. My husband thinks it's like I gave like a C+ effort. Like, and then he'll probably go and do it better. So I like that part, even though it's like chauvinistic that he does that. But I think it's funny that men seem to think that like women are like can't do things well. Which, don't get me wrong, my husband does do a lot of things better than me when it comes to like doing things to my car or something like that, or like organization. But like, I just like using it to my advantage sometimes. Cause like, I use tools at work, but like when I get home, I'm not touching a tool. So I do like that part. Somebody said having orgasms. Yes, we can have more orgasms than men. The feeling of taking your bra off after a long day. The ability to be everything, everywhere, all at once. This might trigger some people, but I feel very powerful as a woman, not in a physical way, but I feel like the most men are obsessed with us. And if you're beautiful, you can really do whatever you want. We bring life. We can do pain. I feel it more. I mean, that's the wonderful thing about being a woman. It's like, yeah, we create life. We can feed our babies. Like, the fact of a woman's body can do so many things, like create life and feed the baby, like nourish the baby. That's an amazing thing. Not having to worry about receding hairlines. Some women do got receding hairlines. Don't get it twisted. Dressing up. And women we can dress up for cheap, where men, they have a harder time like dressing up for cheap. I feel like as a woman, we can like put together an outfit like under, not anymore, but back in the day, you can put together a good outfit for under $50 easily as a woman back in the day. Men have it a little harder in that area. Men of Reddit, what is peak happiness for you? Spooning with my wife before I fall asleep. A quiet house, bills paid. Somebody said whenever I do a bump, making love to my wife, being loved and appreciated, laughing with my friends. Somebody said, wait, there's peak happiness. This guy said, I have old cars and not many expensive things, but I feel like I'm living it. My husband loves, like, that's one thing I love. And I actually get a joy out of, like, my husband. When I come home and see him working in the garage, just tinkering around, I know he's, like, content. When he's in that little garage doing whatever he's doing with his little light on his head and his little glasses and his gloves on, it's just, like, the funniest, cutest thing. Alright, y'all, I am going to wrap this up for now, give y'all some comedy, and we shall be back tomorrow with prayerfully a peaceful day. Y'all stay blessed.
Save my life. Save me from getting fucked up, right? Because here's the thing, like women like you to get into a fight for their honor, even if you can't fight. They want you to fucking fight for them, right? So me and my ex-girlfriend, we was out. I'm gonna go back in the story, right? So my ex-girlfriend, she got a fat ass. I like fat asses, it's what it is. We in another country, we go to this club. Now, it's like a gay club, but we didn't know it was gay guys walking in, but we seen heterosexual people walking in as well, so we was like, fuck it, we gonna go into this club. Right? We go in there, club is packed. Now, when I'm in LA, I can move people out if I want to drink. I move motherfuckers, I get a drink. So I tried this shit at this, in another country, I'm moving motherfuckers, and I moved this gay dude out the fucking way, and he got mad. He was like, excuse me, you just gonna be moving me and shit, bitch? I'm like, I'm sorry, my bad. Let me buy you a drink. That was the best thing I ever could have did. Cause later I was fucking drunk, me and my girl was drunk, and this regular dude came and grabbed my girl ass. Right, grabbed my girl ass. Now I saw it, but I act like I didn't. Cause I didn't want to fight. My girl was like, baby, did you see him grab my ass? I was like, I didn't see shit. She was like, he grabbed my ass. I said, you know what? If he grabs your ass again, I'll talk to him. I didn't think this motherfucker was gonna come back again, but he did. He came back around and he grabbed my girl ass. Now, I gotta say some shit. I was like, yo, I got in the car. I was like, yo, motherfucker. You fucking grab I'll beat your motherfucking. He didn't say shit. He just stood there. And nigga was like, what? I was like, I'll beat your ass. He was like, all right. And he whistled. Like 5 dudes came out of nowhere. Now it's 5-on-1. I look at my girl. She like, fight, nigga. I'm like, shit. I gotta fight all these niggas. She like, yeah. Like, fuck. But the gay dude that I bought a drink earlier, he saw it. So he came over to help. He came over, he was like, excuse me, is there a motherfucking problem? Is there a motherfucking problem? You're not gonna be jumping my homeboy. Is there a problem? Now it's 2-on-5. I ain't never fought with a gay dude before, but I was thinking to myself, if this nigga could take a dick, he could take a punch. So we about to square the fuck up. The gay dude, he whistled. The gay dude, he do like other dude, he whistled. Right, but this nigga didn't whistle, he said whistle. He was like, whistle! Whistle, bitch, whistle! All the gay dudes from the club just came out of nowhere, just marched. It was like 30 gay niggas. Now it's 30-on-5. I'm about to win. I didn't turn gay. I'm standing behind the gay dude. I'm talking shit like, yeah, bitch. What the fuck you wanna do, bitch? We can get down, bitch. Needless to say, I got the fuck out of there. Now I'm in the car, Me and my girl, we in the car, we left, but I'm still in character. My girl was like, yo, what the fuck was that? I was like, bitch, first of all. Hey, listen, Chocolate Sundays, you guys have been.
It's different when you got money in a relationship and you ain't got no money. It's different. Because when you got money, you got options. You can do shit you want to do. Like leave. You can leave a motherfucker when you got money and talk shit. You know you got some motherfucking money. You like, look, I'm tired of this shit. I ain't feeling this. This ain't working out. I'm gone. You leave. You know you got money. Ain't got no money, conversation look different. I'm tired of this shit. I ain't feeling this. This ain't working out. Fuck you. I'm going to sleep. Nigga, if I had some gas money, I'd get up out of this bitch, nigga. I promise you that. Fellas, I think y'all best excuse ever used in a relationship. This shit actually fucking works. I'm at the club one day, kicking it with this girl. We feeling each other. I fucked around, left the club, went back to her house. Me and my woman living together at the time, okay? I fucked up. I fell asleep all night at this other woman's house. Woke up next day, looked at the clock, said 6:45. I said, is that a.m. or p.m.? She said, nigga, that's a.m. I said, fuck! I'm supposed to went home. Shit, I gotta go. I hurry up, I put on my clothes. I ran outside, hopped in the car, sat there behind the steering wheel like 15 minutes, just thinking. What can I possibly do in a situation like this? So I did the only thing I could do. I checked myself in the hospital. Went straight to the registration area. We got a registration van. That's all I needed was a registration van. Nigga, I got a registration van. They told me to go back in the waiting room. I walked straight up out there, motherfucker. I'm feeling better now, though. I ain't gonna lie, fella, that shit only work on white women. Don't try it on no sister, okay? You know, sisters ask too many motherfucking questions. Yeah, what hospital was you in? Nigga, what was the doctor name? Nigga, what was your room number? Motherfucker, what your discharge papers? Nigga, some sisters will fuck you all the way up. They be like, grab my court keys, let's ride back up there. What? Ride back up there? But you got some die-hard lying niggas, though. They don't give a fuck. They'll lie till they can't lie no motherfucking more. They'll be like, fuck it, let's ride back up there then. Let's go. You're gonna feel stupid in the motherfucker too when we get back up to the motherfucking hospital. I can't believe you're doing this while I'm dying in this bitch. I'm dying, baby. The doctor said I was gonna die tonight. I want to come home down with your motherfucking ass. Fellas, beware jealous women. Yeah. Some women jealous over everything. Me too, everybody. People jealous. You ever been with a jealous motherfucker before? I was with a girl who got jealous in church. How you get jealous inside of a church of all places, right? And I'm gonna tell you what happened. All what happened, the pastor said, look to the right, look to the left, and hug your neighbor. I ain't see nothing wrong with that. So I looked to my right, my woman on the right, I gave her a nice tight hug. I'm feeling the spirit, okay? I looked to the left, good-looking young lady sitting by herself on the left. I said, look at God. Won't he do it, though? I'm about to reach over and give this young lady a hug. My girl said, I wish you would hug that bitch, nigga. She said, hug that bitch and watch the devil come in here and use me. Now, nigga. Hug that bitch. I'll tear this motherfucker church up. Bust that bitch in the head with this Bible right now, nigga. Yeah, she gonna know all the scriptures in her head. Fellas, beware side chicks. Side chicks try to send your ass home with little bitty ass clues. Little clues. Just let your real woman know you've been out there fucking around. This one girl tried to send me home with a clue. Yeah, put a big old hickey on my neck right there, man. Right there. Yeah. Yeah, it happened real quick, though. Like, what the fuck was that? I didn't know what it was. So I looked in the mirror, I saw this big red maroonish motherfucking mark on my neck. She's sitting there laughing. She said, what you gonna do now? So I did the only thing I could do. No, I went to jail for 5 days. That's some bullshit warrants I had to clear up. I left that chick house that night doing 150 on the highway, praying the police pulled me over. I was doing donuts on the highway. I was going the wrong way on all the ramps. Nigga, police finally pulled me over, came to my window. I said, you ain't gotta run my name, I got warrants. Come on, nigga. Come on, I'm riding with you, nigga, yeah. Come on, nigga. I've been looking for you all night, nigga. Where the fuck you been? Come on. He said, damn, he said, sis, you're being so honest. I'm gonna let you go with a warning. I say, no, the fuck you not, nigga. I ain't even motherfucking walk. So I punched him in the face. I did 1.5 years. Hey, that's my time, man. Enjoy this goddamn show, man.